Okay. Welcome back.
And we're back.
So we made a mistake.
What's this one?
Invited Gianna onto the show and she already screwed up. Now we're on take 2.
Yeah.
And take 1 was going really well.
Mm-hmm. Like it was going smashingly. I don't know that we can recreate that.
Smashingly?
Yeah.
Okay, well, take 1 is still there.
Who talks like that?
People from the 40s.
No, take 1 is getting edited completely out because you ruined it.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you're happy. We also have another guest in studio today.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
Can't
that?
see her.
My favorite.
Oh,
Of all of the people?
Of all of the people is in studio. Ava, come over. Put your face on camera.
there she is.
So Ava is doing behind the scenes. It needs to be documented for eternity's sake.
This is like a little extreme. Like
For eternity's sake?
The whole podcast studio.
Like for forever. It needs to be like something
on?
that when we go on to become the most famous of all the podcasters.
I thought you were going to say when you guys like eventually,
Well, and when we
die.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're certainly going to die.
I can listen to this as like my bedtime story.
Yeah. No, like,
that
like,
was so nice.
You know, when like a band makes it and then they have like the behind this, and for some unknown reason, they videotaped literally from their first rehearsal all the way up until like the moment, forever.
Like seeing Freddie Mercury.
And they have all this footage and you're like, why did they think to record all that? So here we are.
Mm-hmm.
We're expecting to be the greatest of all time.
I agree.
Sure.
And so we're going to have it recorded by Ava and others so that we have the great documentary.
I mean, we started with the first one was basically like fuzzy around our heads. Like that's our trailer is like sitting in like the closet over there.
Yeah.
Speaking to the universe, a documentary on us?
A documentary.
Like a little docu-series?
Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other end game here, right? Ultimately fame, which is what Peter really wants. Like,
I want
Netflix if you're listening to
He's
this.
like literally uncomfortable by the conversation.
Yeah. Like
he's getting ready to have one of his serious Peter conversations with you. Guys.
Let's discuss.
Like, let's discuss this. I just want you to know that like I'm not really interested in a docuseries. Okay.
We must discuss this first.
Shall we move on?
I guess so.
I want to talk about jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, there you go.
Jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Is that proper? Is there a more proper way to say that?
The most normalized version is Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
Brazilian. BJJ.
BJJ.
As they say. Do you have any idea why I want to talk about this?
I had no idea. As always, I just sit down, you say the topic, and then now we roll. Here we go.
Is it because you are interested in participating?
Oh my God.
For sure not.
Are you out of your mind?
He would get destroyed.
No, I did this once and I ended up with like a bloody nose and a sore neck from like a crazy friend of ours who jumped on my back.
Yeah. I took care of you.
Yeah.
Like I rolled you around, turned you into a pretzel, and you were safe. She destroyed you.
It's true. There was one day, however, I said to Peter, I said, okay, we are going to take this for real. Like we're going to do it for real. Like we're going to get, what's like the starting position or whatever.
So I was on my back.
Yeah.
You were in my guard.
Yeah.
And
your guard.
And then it was like ready, fist bump, go.
And then you two rolled.
So I said to him, I want you to take it for real. Like pretend like we're in a competition.
Yeah.
I'm your opponent. How quickly could you get me in a position where I would literally be like murdered?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you wanted to harm me, basically, like I wanted to see how quickly he could do it. Because prior to that, we were just doing the for fun sparring.
We were like practicing drills and we weren't live rolling or anything like that.
Like learning the techniques. So I said, please, I want to see what this would actually feel like. God. I have never felt less like a man than in that.
He was very helpless.
He dominated me so quickly. Like he is so powerful. He is so strong. Like I'm a pretty big guy.
It's like 220.
But
right?
he's like dense.
Like I did.
You're kind of doughy.
So these are all true statements. However, it's like I'm relatively strong.
Yeah.
Like I'm
definitely.
not, like I'm not like weak. Like I'm maybe doughy. But I'm not.
I like them doughy. It's okay.
Yeah, and I weigh like 220 pounds. You know, whatever. My point was like within seconds, I was in like a rear naked choke and literally getting like the lights were going out.
It gave you a 1 second squeeze,
tap out.
And then you tapped, and it was over.
It was literally the worst feeling in my life.
So, are we talking about jiu-jitsu because we're trying to talk about manhood?
Nope. It has nothing to do with that. So, I've noticed a theme. So I listen, as you know, to many podcasts and I read many books. And I'm really interested in founders, leaders, and sort of really successful people. And there's a common trend I've noticed amongst many of them.
Jiu-jitsu.
They're jiu-jitsuers?
They all freaking do jiu-jitsu.
No way.
Mark Zuckerberg, does
He does
jujitsu.
jujitsu.
He does. The head coach of the Boston Celtics, really into jujitsu. I'm blanking on his name right now, but the book and movie Searching for Bobby Fischer, the world champion chess player, he went from chess to becoming like a jujitsu world champion. Like after he was done.
Is this
chess.
his name Magnus?
No.
Oh, that's a chess guy.
Those are two worlds that are completely opposite too.
The guy's name is Josh Waitzkin. It's actually, he wrote a great book. I'm blanking on the name of the book right now, but I read his book.
So you want to know why?
So I want to know why. So the reason I bring this up is because Peter, for those who are listening who don't know us as well, Peter historically has done jujitsu. You've trained it, you've competed in it for most of your life. You still do it now with your family a little bit. And so I was curious as to like just from your thoughts, and Gianna, your thoughts as to why that particular, because it's not like they're just saying whatever, karate or taekwondo or some other form.
Yeah.
It's specifically jujitsu amongst many of these really, really successful people. And I'm curious as to why. So
jujitsu, for context, it's not just fighting. Like, so like many martial arts is striking. Jujitsu is not a non-striking sport. So it's wrestling with submission. So it's things like arm bars, it's like chokes. It's essentially wrestling. And then if I get you in a position that you think could harm you, you would tap out and you would basically give up. And then we would start over and we go again. Right.
Yeah.
So the way that I experience it is it's the hardest physical thing I've ever done and the most strategic all at the same time. So it's a ton of strategy. It's a ton of like cerebral, like I'm trying to do a thing, you're trying to counter me, and we're going back and forth. That also requires physical strength, power. So it requires both a mental and a physical. And it's extremely hard. Like it's very taxing on the body, not necessarily the mind as much, but it's like a game. So that's why I've always done it. I've just always been attracted to things like that. It's fun.
So like, what have you gotten out of it? So apply it now to like your own, like your life outside of jujitsu. So what are some of the things that you learn from doing jujitsu that you apply, you think, in your everyday life, and or to like starting a company and growing a company and a pretty successful one in its early stages? Like, what are some of those takeaways that, reflecting on it now?
Okay, great. So before that, though, to add some context, I think the people that you mentioned, like including myself, is we've all done competitions.
I mean, most of the times when I say Mark Zuckerberg, I say Peter Brouillard next.
I was just about to say, not to compare myself to any of these people.
Or Joe Mazzulla.
Joe
Mazzulla. Joe Rogan is another one.
Oh, does he? Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan. Just to put it in the podcasting realm, if we want to be great podcasters, we clearly...
A lot of the podcasters do.
But anyway, so you're basically the same as all those people.
Of course. So I might as well. So this is why they all do it. Yeah. So I think that I'm attracted to doing hard things and progressing. And there's nothing more progressive than like learning how to defend yourself physically against somebody who doesn't want to let you do that.
I think it's also knowing and challenging your limits.
That's exactly what it is. It's going above and beyond what you think is possible. It's working really hard. It's like getting totally out of breath. You feel like you're drowning. You have to like wrestle somebody 5 minutes as hard as you can in a competition format. That is incredibly scary and very, very hard. Like it's not even close to the same thing as training. And it's just one of those things that I think that, I don't know, for me, it's really important to challenge myself, like hard. So like if I'm scared, I think that's a good thing. I'm going to learn and grow from like hard things.
Right. It's probably why I don't do it.
Same.
Now I know why I don't do jujitsu. Oh, that sounded awful.
I know.
Also, I have a lot of trouble saying jujitsu. It's really hard. What's called BJJ?
It's because of your...
How about JJ?
JJ, what's up?
JJ.
I don't know. I'm just attracted to hard things. I think hard things is when I grow and learn.
I also think the more times you say that, it's going to be hard for me not to laugh.
I'm attracted to hard things.
Yeah, so I'm going to need you.
I don't hear myself say that.
I know. Yeah. I'm just going to need you to like tone it down. This is for
when
families.
We're doing jujitsu. It's not usually
difficult.
It's difficult.
You enjoy doing difficult
things.
Yeah. So it's also every time Gianna's on the show, it turns dirty.
There's like phallic symbols everywhere.
I did nothing.
Yeah.
I've been sitting here quietly listening.
I'm actually disappointed you didn't have any comments because he said it. I let it go a couple of times and I couldn't. Anyway.
I know.
All right. So
he also said he's attracted to hard things.
Yeah. So I pulled out essentially 6 concepts that I think apply here.
Yep.
And I want you to talk like you got, I'll kind of bring them up,
Yeah.
and then you elaborate upon them.
Is what I said, is that what you
Yes.
were, okay.
Well, I
Is that
mean,
what
I
you thought?
didn't. No, I mean,
There
it's
was no
not-
answer
There was
to
no
it.
answer.
Oh, okay.
But it does line up with many of the
okay.
thoughts that I had,
Yeah.
and then researching the people that I mentioned
Yeah.
from getting like things that they've said in interviews about why they do it. It does line up with that,
Got it.
and then that's where these 6 concepts also come from.
I see.
So the first one is the beginner's mind.
What about it?
Beginner's
So
mind.
that's the concept.
Talk a little bit
You
about it.
elaborate. So the beginner's
Oh,
mind.
sure,
So
yeah.
you know what the beginner's, Gianna, do you know what it means when I say like approach something from a beginner's mind?
Yeah, you've never done it before, so you need to learn from the basics.
Right. So a problem with getting older is that it becomes more and more difficult to
be a
approach
beginner.
things a beginner's mind, because you have frame of reference for almost everything that happens.
You have
to
life
you in
experiences to go off of and
Correct.
pull from.
But if you can learn, which I think jujitsu, Peter can elaborate upon this, but if you can learn the art of approaching almost every challenge or everything that you do from the beginner's mind, like then you're open to a world of possibilities, not just the thing that you've already done in the past,
Yeah.
right? And I think jujitsu challenges this in a lot of different ways, because my guess is, well, one, when you're first learning, you're literally a beginner, but two, I'm guessing no competition or no thing is ever the same. It's like a snowflake.
Everything is very different.
It's different every single time. So
Mhm.
like you have to have this like beginner's mindset of like, okay, well, I'm always learning.
The most important thing about the beginner's mindset is that it can apply to any new thing that you want to get into.
Mm.
So we are all terrible at most things. And so it doesn't matter what it is. If we wanted to get good at it, we just would have to approach it with, well, I suck at this, and that's okay. Don't get upset at yourself for not being good. This is now, I'm restarting learning how to walk, right? On whatever this topic is. And so if you have, I think, that resilience and that ability and that mindset with whatever topic that you want to get into, the world is open to you. You can learn whatever you want. I don't care how talented you are at anything. You can learn it, right? So I think certainly with jujitsu, but anything that's difficult, the beginner's mindset is integral to learning and growing.
Right.
And if you do not have that, then you cannot learn and grow, because you're always like, well, I suck at this. Well, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
That's even like what we do with our clients too, because we have to put our mindset into their mind of, okay, they were a beginner at this. Like, you have someone that's coming to work out for the first time. You want to make sure that it's beginner friendly. And
Most people are not very good at what we do with them, and that's why they're here.
Correct. Exactly. So you want to start them, like we always say, meet them where they're at. And that's a lot of, beginner stuff.
Right. And so I think it teaches you to, one, remove your ego and to embrace humility.
Yeah, you have to have none. Like everybody's better than you, and that's cool.
Right. Because I even remember like you, when you were doing it competitively before you kind of stopped that part, like some people would kick your ass and you would just be like, what the,
I mean, most people, I was only
Yeah.
a blue belt. So
Yeah.
like there's white, blue, purple, brown, black. So I was kind of still at the beginning phase of like, the expertise system. So anybody that I'm going up against that has more experience than me, I'm going to have a disadvantage, and that's okay. But that's a part of it. You have to practice to get better.
Okay. Number 2, and these are things I think was why it applies to being like a great leader or a founder or just, good for everyday life, right? 2 is like pattern recognition.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So going back to the chess player. So when I read his book, it was basically like he did chess and then he was done with chess because he was a child prodigy and like this whole thing. And he was sort of done with it. He's like, what am I doing? But then he very quickly made this transition to, well, I want to do this thing. And it was chess. For him, it was still chess. It was just physical chess.
That's what often people describe jiu-jitsu as.
Instead of mental chess. And then he very quickly was able to then recognize the patterns of his opponents. And he went on to be a world champion, which is like that's a pretty weird transition, right? Guy sitting at a table moving pieces to being a world champion. But it was all based on pattern recognition, the ability. So is this something that you also have noticed is this a big part of jiu-jitsu? I've never done jiu-jitsu, right? Do you look for this in your opponents, and can you see why this would be valuable for
it becomes instinctual. So pattern recognition is just like ingraining movements into your mind so that your body automatically does it. Like that's the first stage of learning is like, this is the move. Your hand goes here.
It's repetition.
And then it goes here. And it goes here. And you do that hundreds and hundreds of times until you're no longer thinking about doing that move. You just feel it happen. And so sure. So that's absolutely pattern recognition. And I would say, again, that applies to most things.
Right. And even applying that to being a business owner too. I'm sure you have to recognize patterns. Like, for example, we're looking at our schedules and we're like, oh, why do they look a little, lean this week? It's like, oh, well, it's school vacation. You have to recognize the patterns of the year, recognize, like I said, just patterns in general from owning a business.
I think that that's probably, so the pattern recognition physically is one of my strongest suits when it comes to training people.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing like how people move their bodies, like, and just like just knowing what it is with before, like you're not even thinking like, oh, they're doing this wrong. You just see it happening and you feel it. That's just practice over and over and over again.
Yeah.
You know,
And I'd say, even though I don't do jujitsu, I think pattern recognition mentally is probably one of my
Yeah, I
stronger
agree with
suits,
that.
right?
Huge.
Like
Yeah.
I constantly am looking. I actually spoke with Ava about this morning. Is that one of the things I do all of the time? Is like I'm just always, my brain works like through patterns,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and then I'm always noticing like this, like these things like occurring. And when I notice enough of them together, that's when I get interested and I start to explore them
Yeah.
more.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree with
Or
that.
we talked on a recent episode about the ability to connect dots,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Like throughout, like, so things that might be totally unrelated, I can kind of put those two things
Mhm.
together and see how they could be mutually
Cause and effect.
beneficial. Yeah.
And then at a broader
Yeah, even
scale.
for the mind too. I mean, I'll recognize patterns in my behavior and see, okay, when this, and this happen, usually I start getting a little anxious. So even just like recognizing, okay, this happens in my everyday life.
Yeah.
And then doing something about it, it's huge to recognize patterns. It just creates so much more ease in life.
Right. And I think you have to kind of just be open to seeing them. A lot of people see things through a very narrow tunnel, like this is this and this is that. But if you're able to kind of
See them and accept
interconnect
them.
yeah,
Yep.
see, accept, and kind of connect them, I think that's really valuable. So, okay, number 3, stress training or training under stress, right? So the ability to make decisions while under pressure.
Boy.
Is this something that?
Oh boy.
this resonates. He loves this.
I know, he loves this.
I know. I just created a moment for him.
I know.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
diamonds are made under pressure.
We should give. Well, it was nice.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I like that too. I like
you love
diamonds.
jewelry.
And I love jewelry.
So does that resonate?
whether or not you handle pressure, like understanding that moments that are high stress or high pressure moments when you're trying to figure something out, if you once you figure it out, then you'll always make like big leaps in your game or whatever it is that you're working on. I was just talking about this, like being comfortable is the epitome of mediocrity. Like when you're comfortable and everything is going great, awesome, you're going great. It's great. Like,
But it's mediocre.
but there's no growth. Like there's no impetus to grow when
So
things
easy
are
to
going
settle
well.
into that. It's like so easy to settle
Yeah, it
into
is.
comfort, right?
Oh my
100%.
God, yeah.
And so I guess the point is like you in order to grow, you must have stress to the system, whatever it may be. So of course that's something, if you understand, you can
I
lean
know.
into.
Even our bones do that. You stress our bones, they get stronger.
It applies to everything.
And like when somebody is trying to put you into a choke.
Yeah, you're trying to end your life.
If you're able to still make a strategic
Yeah, you have to
decision
know
to
when
get
it's
out of
safe or
that.
not. For sure. Like, because there are positions in jiu-jitsu that if applied, you
Yeah.
immediately have to tap out or you're going
Yeah.
to get hurt.
But what I'm saying is like in those moments, still being able to strategically make decisions.
Oh, sure.
You could see how that would apply.
And
to
in
like
those
life,
moments.
Oh, for sure.
right? Life
Oh, yeah.
or business or like,
Uh-huh.
again, going back to Joe Mazzulla, the coach, like when you're in the playoffs and you have to make decisions
On the fly, too.
on the fly
Not just
about-
like, you have
Right.
time to think
Right.
about it. Like, you're going to get choked out or not right now.
Right. Or like Mark Zuckerberg making literally like $1 trillion decisions
Mhm.
on a regular basis, like under all of the pressure of the stockholders and the media and whatever, and still being able to execute.
Yeah, I
And-
can relate to that a lot.
Yeah.
You can relate to
But I
Mark
think,
Zuckerberg.
but you could see how this
Just
would
$1 trillion.
apply. You could see why people like that
Mhm.
would train jujitsu in a way to make them better at that.
Mhm.
That's just a different
Mhm.
version of
Yeah,
it.
you would just
right?
be attracted to it, right?
Okay, number 4, long-term growth. Right. So this like slow, linear, like you mentioned, you were only a blue belt. How many years did you train?
So I've trained since I was in my early 20s, but consecutively probably like 5.
Right. So
but I'm only
5
a blue belt
years.
still,
yeah.
yeah.
You moved up a few belts. So this is
Mhm.
like a long.
Yeah, to get to a black belt competently for most people, you're looking at 10 plus years.
So again, it's like that ability. So if you were to do that, that
Mhm.
would be
Yeah.
this acceptance of this very long,
Journey.
better every day, like 1% better, just like
Yeah, I'll be a black
constant
belt
failure.
someday for
Yeah.
sure. It just got to keep working on
Ugh,
it.
I do not want to be around you when that happens. He's going to be so obnoxious.
He's going to bring it in and start wearing
no,
it.
I won't even
Yeah.
tell you.
There's
I
like
don't care.
there's like a great episode of The Office where like Dwight, I think he gets like a black belt or something, and he comes in and he does like a whole ceremony in the office, and like the instructor is just like
Yeah,
looking at him
no,
like, oh my
that's-
god, and Dwight's going through like doing his whole like kata, like and like whatever, and the guy's like, you don't need to do that, like we just need to like give you the belt, and it's like this whole thing, and
Mhm.
I just picture
That happening. So
when he
good.
becomes a black belt.
He's so good.
Never. I'm the opposite of that. I don't want anybody to recognize me.
I wonder if our friend that owns the BJJ gym is a black belt. Do you know?
Yeah, he is. Of course he is.
No, I'm talking about the she.
Oh, Rhonda?
Yeah.
No, she's a brown belt.
So she's close.
She's close.
She's higher than you.
Way higher than me.
Wait, could she kick your?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's way more skilled than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I watched her.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We need a battle.
Rhonda, Rhonda, if you're listening, let's
calling
go.
you out, Rhonda. Okay, but long-term growth, so you can see like this is not something you pick up in a weekend and all of a sudden like you're a black belt.
No.
And so again, going back to applying this to life and leadership and success in general,
everything is long-term.
It's this idea of if you embrace this long-term vision and you're willing to put in a little bit of work every day for a long period of time, like you can have
You'll
a
get
lot
there.
of success.
Right?
Right?
Yeah, you must take away like the day-to-day like troubles and just understand that like every day is going to be hard with whatever it is that you're learning. But just know that consistency is everything. It's the most important variable. If you just keep showing up and keep trying, you'll have good days and bad days, but the good days will become better and better. And like in the end, so in my experience, anything that you want to get good at generally requires like if today I suck is day 0, it's about 10 years to be an expert. Like if you keep working diligently 10 years and you are like best in your class, that's about the length of time. And I look at this business the same way. I say, where can we be 10 years from now? How can we be the best possible version of us? And it's going to take all the learning along the way that gets us there, So
that monologue that you just gave reminded me of this morning when I was talking to Ava also. She said,
why'd you have to call it a monologue? Because that's like a pejorative way to say like
a pejorative
the thing you just said.
No, it was a monologue. It was you talking.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
It was
I
your
thought
monologue.
it was great. But it just reminded me. She said to me this morning, she goes, "Peter speaks with wisdom," or something like that. And I was like,
right,
what?
Wisdom.
Yeah, she speaks. Didn't you say wisdom? I was like,
I'll take it. Let's go, Ava.
Then I was forced to like give you a compliment in return. I was like, oh, God damn it.
I got to say a thing.
It was awful.
Yeah, I think you speak with more wisdom.
Thank you, Gianna.
Wow. What a bitch. What an asshole. What just prompted that?
I like it.
He needed a compliment.
Yeah.
You can tell he was a little down.
Yeah, that was my way of telling Ava, like, hey, what the hell? Like, you should have told me I have wisdom, but whatever.
You're staring at me.
Yeah. Okay, number
No,
5.
but you were like, he speaks with more wisdom. I mean, that's what that was. You're like, I think that
Gianna,
I'm on team
who has
Gary.
more wisdom, me or Peter?
What? Oh, God.
I mean, she just said it.
I did.
She literally
I just want to give her another chance.
Yeah.
No, just to double down?
Yeah, well, think about it. Gary has like 5 more years of life experience than you do.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's what that is?
Yeah.
It's true. Think of all the things I've taught you, Peter.
There's like one button click away
from
payroll.
Wow, that's a threat. That was a threat.
Did you hear that?
That's not cool.
It's like on the nuclear codes.
Yeah.
The nuclear.
Not cool. Yeah. Okay, so number 5, learning through failure.
Oh,
how many jiu-jitsu matches do you think you lost?
I love it so much. Only one.
You only lost once?
Yeah.
Wow. This is backfiring on us, Gary.
No, that's actually great.
So the
matches are only once, but in practice,
but in practice,
probably
thousands
lost
of times.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Has Stacy ever?
Only if I've let her. Come on, I have to be honest.
Well, there is an element of this where he's just physically superior.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
No matter how good
the
technique is, he's just stronger.
So the reality is I have lost and failed thousands of times in practice in jiu-jitsu, and that's the vast majority of jiu-jitsu is practice with your friends who are there to keep you safe, and you get to lose safely. You don't get hurt. Competitions where it's very different. It's very scary. People don't give a shit about you. They're a bunch of crazy people. They're trying to like take your arm from you.
Right.
And I think that's also what makes a good and successful business owner is that they're surrounding themselves with people that they could fail to. Because it's only going to help them grow. You don't surround themselves with people that they think that they're going to dominate completely.
Right.
We have to have people here that are basically running this place together. And we all are failing upwards, meaning we're all making decisions all of the time that who has the best idea, who thinks that this is the best way to go. Great. It's you. Great. Let's move forward. If it's wrong, awesome. We retool and do it again. But if you don't have those people around you that help you with that, then it's only you making decisions all of the time, which you can't always know the right answer.
No.
So in the end, you must have people around you that you trust with those decisions. For sure. I agree with that.
Yeah. I think it's a selfish thought too. If you think that you should be not you, I'm just saying in general, that if you're the sole person making the decisions.
There does have to be one person that like says, okay, this is the way to go. But
Correct.
like all of the people, like it's really important that we all have a say in how this works.
So going back to like big companies, like important companies, like not ours.
Not ours, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But like some of the biggest companies. So for instance, I was listening to a podcast this morning and they're talking about Apple, the history, the 50-year history of Apple. And they're talking about the Apple headset.
What about it?
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. This is a many like $1 billion investment that didn't go like super well.
Oh.
Right.
The headset?
The Apple car.
Mm-hmm.
The headset.
They tried
like
to
the
make
goggles.
a car?
Oh, the goggles.
Oh, the goggles.
Yeah. So they exist, but they're not like one of the Apple. So that's why when I said it,
It's
you
not
guys
like
are like,
iPhone.
what?
Yeah.
Apple car.
Failure.
$10 billion.
Wow.
But
Apple does not view either one of those things as like failures.
I'm sure they learned an insane amount.
Because they have like on the car, I think they have something like 5,000 patents, right? And they learned so much about so many different things that they now apply to like all of their other products and like future products. So for them, even though it was a $10 billion quote unquote failure,
it was $10 billion R&D.
Inside of their world, it was like one of the greatest things they've ever done. Same thing with like the headset. And I go back to the guy who invented Slack. That came from a failed video game.
Wow.
The same guy invented Flickr, which was like one of the first
uploadable
camera thing, pictures. Also a failed video game. So he attempted to make 2 video games. Both video games failed, but out of it came Flickr, which he sold for like billions of dollars. And then he invented Slack out of it because they used it to talk to each other. And then he sold that for billions of dollars. So his 2 video games, and he still says, I want to make a successful video game. I'm just not really good at it for whatever reason.
I'm good at these other things.
He goes, but I'm going to keep failing at making video games because it keeps making me billions of dollars.
Wow, that's
because
crazy.
I sell the other thing. There's always something you can take from the failure. In his case, to sell or to make into a different business. And in like Apple and other people's case, to turn into
that's a cool story.
better products.
Really cool.
That's fun.
But like same thing for all of us, right? Like every failure, there's the learning that took place. And so when you fail in jiu-jitsu against me, say you were going against me, you would learn, okay, like when he moves his right hand a little bit, he like just moves that a little, but then he does this other thing with his
the
left
next
hand.
time I'll do something different.
And so you start to learn my tells or like whatever, right? So and then the last one is just this idea of deep focus. Like the ability to have like total presence. If you were to lose your, like say like you're in the middle of like a real match, like the ones where people are trying to hurt you.
Yeah, you can't.
If you were to like divert your eyes for a second to maybe the mat next to you, there's another competition.
You can't be anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly. So this idea of being totally present is like a skill you can learn from that, which you could see how that skill would be so
transferable.
Yeah, so transferable to life, because that's a really hard thing to do, is to be totally present in any given moment. But if you can do that,
you get a lot done.
You're going to get so much done.
It's like that one concept that you were telling me about, bird by bird.
Yeah, bird by bird.
One bird at a time.
What's this?
This is why I'm so wise.
This is why you're more wise.
This is where the wisdom just ooze. I don't even know I'm doing it. I don't even know I'm doing
enough
it.
self-adulation. What is bird by bird?
Bird by bird. It's like a book by Anne Lamott. It's called Bird by Bird. And most of my ideas are not my own.
I
just remember a lot of stuff and then I tell you about it. It's concept of essentially you can literally only do one thing at a time. So just do the thing. So when people have, like for instance, when my son would have 6 tests in a week and they're worried about like the 6 tests, I'm like, you can only like study one really at a time.
Yeah.
So just go bird by bird. Like just like the first one is the one you have to focus on. Like
tackle one before you go to the next.
Tackle the first thing and then do the next. And in the book that it came from a similar thing. Like she talked about her brother had a bird project due on like 10 birds or whatever. And he was totally freaking out. The dad came in and just said, what's going on? I'm freaking out. I got these 10 birds. It's due tomorrow. And he's like, just go bird by bird. You can't do the 10th bird before you do the first bird. So just go bird by bird and it will get it done. And it's the same idea. They'd be totally present for the one
bird at a time.
On to the next. Same thing here. It's like
we do that a lot with like, what is the biggest constraint? Let's tackle that. Let's focus on that, get it right and then move on.
Yeah. So if you're trying to do many things at once, or in the case of jiu-jitsu, if you're trying to focus on the other mat, why there's a person in front of you that wants to kill you, like that's not going to be great. And in the world of like big business or the Celtics or like whatever, you can imagine if Joe Mazzulla is thinking about something that's
about
going
the
on,
next game,
or even something going on at home, right? Like, and he's not present in the moment, then he's going to make a lot of that.
And then his players are going to feel that too.
Correct. So those are 6. So that's what I pulled away from when I was like thinking about like, okay, what can I get out of like someone who doesn't do jujitsu, who just like studies people who do jujitsu. This is what I hear them talking about.
Do you want to start? Do you want to start?
No, I don't.
No,
Why are you always trying to get me to do stuff?
Why not?
No.
Why do you say no to everything? Shut your mouth. Why do you say no to
that
everything?
brings up like a different question. Is there a way to get these things without doing jujitsu? Because I don't want to do jujitsu.
Yeah,
We can just like go to a coffee shop.
Jujitsu is
hang out.
it's just a metaphor for all of the above. That's all it is. So
Right.
pick something
It
that
kind of gets all of those things. It's a great way to get all of that. Right. But like, so for people who are listening to this who don't want to do jujitsu,
What can you do?
raise your hands.
So it's do hard things.
So
do
yeah,
hard things.
so the takeaway is like, what's one hard thing you can do today? And then from that thing, you're going to have like the beginner's mind. You probably haven't done it before. You're going to have you start to recognize patterns as you start to learn more about that. You're going to have like learning through stress. You're going to have long-term growth because it's going to take you a while to become good at it. And you're going to learn through a lot of failure. And then lastly, if you want to be good at it, you're going to have to focus on it. So like those 6 things can apply to anything that you view as something that's difficult.
Like all the people that ran the Boston Marathon on Monday.
Correct. They got all of that.
They got all of that doing that.
Right.
If you can take anything away from this, like do hard things for your own personal growth and development.
Do hard things consistently.
Yeah. Like not just to make dirty jokes, but
sure.
literally do
hard things.
Difficult things.
Yes.
Good. Very good.
Thank you.
All right.
Difficult.
Lovely conversation. Thank you both.